Being remarried is extremely difficult at times. Having a step family can be quite a challenge. But it doesn't have to be. And today we want to share with you some wonderful resources that will help the journey be so much better than it would be otherwise.
We are Dr. David and Theresa Mabry from One Another Marriage. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up or like, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell for notifications so that you'll know when we drop a new video.
Today we're going to share with you 3 primary resources to help with a remarried or a blended situation that you may be in. A lot of couples that we deal with are in that exact situation,
right,
and they share some of the same themes over and over again that they face, right?
Absolutely. Remarriage is definitely wonderful and can be a blessing, but it has certain challenges that come along with it, different than a first marriage for most people.
And our hearts really go out to our dear friends and those couples that we deal with that are walking through this. And so we want to offer this encouragement today. Hey, let me give you some quick stats. We teach a course called Prepare and Enrich. We help people to be able to help other couples. And these are some of the facts that we train and teach those that learn about how to work with step families. And these are important for all of us to understand. You know, step families face unique challenges. While 45 to 50% of first marriages end in divorce, 60 to 75% of remarriages end in divorce. You know, the first
That's a big stat.
That's a huge thing. In addition to that, the first 2 years of creating a step family are considered as stressful as the first 2 years following divorce.
Yeah.
It is often necessary for step families to do more negotiating than traditional families, like with even bedtimes, family vacations, different challenges. Before marriage, a relationship satisfaction is closely related to what is happening in a couple relationship. But after marriage, relationship satisfaction, get this, is closely related to what is happening with other relationships like the child or ex-spouses. They say even that it takes up to 7 years to form a new step family identity.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is, hopefully, that is not necessarily like doom and gloom for remarrieds and step families.
Right.
It's really, it doesn't have to be. It can be just a wonderful journey going forward in navigating some of those challenges that are going to happen going forward. So our 3 resources are going to be...
Right, so the first one is going to be, hold on, it is Ron Deal. Ron Deal actually kind of has the corner market on step family.
He's the guy, right?
He's the guy, which is great because you need somebody out there that's putting in that time and effort to talk about it. So the Smart Step Family is actually Smart Step Families is his organization. You can Google that or look that up, and we'll also be linking these and putting these in the description below. But Ron Deal has written several books, but the Smart Step Family is actually probably the most comprehensive over all of them. He's very practical, application. He himself is in a remarriage and so has extensive experience with children still in the house, and he really dives into almost all the topics, right? And he talks about this thing called the step family forest, where it's not just you and your spouse and maybe kids within the house or kids, even young adult kids, but then it even extends beyond, right? So we have the exes involved, we have ex-grandparents, other family, neighbors, friends, I mean, like anyone who was involved in that original family. So he also has a couple of books that we want to highlight. One is called The Smart Step Mom, and the with that is also The Smart Step Dad.
There's another book.
And then another one would be Dating and the Single Parent. So really, as well as, I mean, he just has
the remarriage
so
checkup.
Many more remarriage checkup. Let me look at my list here. He's got Building Love Together in Blended Families, the 5 Love Languages, which was also put together by Dr. Gary Chapman.
It deals with step family and financial planning.
Yeah.
So,
I mean honestly, he covers it. They've also, he also has podcasts. He has website. He has conferences that take place nationally every year that you can go to and attend. So once again, a huge, great resource.
Yeah.
He definitely would be our number one to point you towards.
We hope that you've continued in the video long enough to get this number one piece of advice, and that is for us to point you to another organization and individual, which would be Ron Deal and Smart Step Families.
Right.
We point everybody to them, and although there are other resources which we'll cover, Ron Deal is the real deal for sure.
Absolutely.
The second one that we want to point to are Les and Leslie Parrott. They write a book called Saving Your Second Marriage Before It Starts.
Right.
They have a book called Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts.
Right.
And then they say Saving Your Second Marriage Before It Starts. Les and Leslie Parrott have been around the business for a marriage business for a long time, and they have some wonderful resources out there. But the Saving Your Second Marriage Before It Starts is their stab at helping couples who are coming together after already previously being married and marrying one another, and it's their best stab at it, which they cover all the bases, but they cover the bases of a premarital experience with the lens of, hey, this isn't our first rodeo, and we really want to prepare and we want to be successful in this marriage, whereas our previous one had some challenges and we didn't make it. And so they do a fabulous job of helping couples prepare going forward.
Right. Definitely more of a premarital prep, like David said, for that one.
That's right.
And then finally, our third resource that we're going to point you towards is called Restored and Remarried, and this is by Gil and Brenda Stewart. And this could be used in a couple setting with other couples, other remarried couples in a small group type of setting. You could do this particular study, but basically the thing with the Stewarts is that they themselves have great value and experience in being remarried. They are also marriage counselors. They are also certified trainers within the Prepare Enrich material, which David alluded to earlier with the stats. And they basically, they can speak from their own experiences, their own challenges, and they're just very vulnerable, which is so needed, because it is not just, here, let me paint this picture of a bed of roses that you're getting ready to walk into. There's no discounting that you may love this person, but there's going to be a lot of challenges that come with a remarried family. And you really need to be prepared for that, as well as have community for that.
Yep, that's right. And so that leads us to the bonus material here at the end. So those are the three resources. Ron Deal is the real deal. The Parrots are still reliable for preparing for that remarriage. And then
Gil and Brenda
Stewart are a wonderful resource. But your bonus material here, if you've held off to the end here, number one advice from the Mabrys would be in community. If you are in a remarriage, find other couples that you can connect with that can help you navigate that time. It could be a group of other remarried couples, some other step families that you are navigating this journey with them. Maybe you find them within your community, within your neighborhood, within your church. But find community. That's probably
be connected, right?
Be connected. That's probably one of the number one piece of advice that we get when we ask remarried couples, hey, what do you think? What helps you? And they say, community, being around other people.
Absolutely.
The second thing is to be patient. We would encourage you to be patient the process. It's not going to be easy, but it's well worth the fight for this marriage to be a long-lasting and healthy. You can do it. In the stats that I read at the beginning, it doesn't have to be you. You can have a successful remarriage and a successful step family as a family unit in itself. And the final thing is, we would encourage you to grab a hold of the resources, not only the ones that we mentioned previously, but find other resources. Find a counselor or a coach. We coach several remarried couples. Reach out to us through private message, through our social media, through our website. Find resources that can be able to support you in the journey that you have going forward. Thanks for watching today. If you're interested in this content and perhaps connecting with Theresa and myself for a coaching relationship, reach out to us and we'd love to be able to meet with you.
Find our website in the description below at oneanothermarriage.com.